We in here, man. Holidays, weekends, trying to take over.
Honestly, they're one of the best trainers in DMV.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy C Marty Fit, and we back here with another episode of the Less Brunches, More Crunches podcast. And today is a super special episode because your boy reached 100K views on YouTube. So, hold on, I ain't had the volume turned up. One more time. So that was a big accomplishment for me, and I've had a YouTube page since 2017, I believe, and I would post like a vlog here, a little tutorial, here and there over the past couple years, and in September of 22, so we talking about 7 months ago, I told myself I'm gonna get to 100K views, and at the time I had 27K, and that was over a couple years, and I got to 100 and about half a year, so that was a big accomplishment for me. So I'm just talk about my podcast journey a little bit, but before I get into it, I just want y'all to know I'm thankful for y'all. I appreciate the support. Some people have been supporting me for years, with whether it's training, my gear. People have been watching me since my basketball career, showing love. So I just want to give a shout out to y'all. So let's get into the journey, man. So my first stint of podcasting was a couple years ago. Me and a couple of homies, a couple of trainers in the area, we did something called the Fit Talk podcast. I think it's still on YouTube. You can probably find it. But we were a little wild on that podcast. But we did that. And a lot of people don't know the grind that goes into podcasting. Just getting the lighting right, the cameras, you got to be in the mood, your energy got to be right. And when you're doing it with other people, you got to meet at the same time. People got girlfriends, people got stuff going on, and so sometimes it was hard to meet up. We had guys complaining about the just about how long it took, because sometimes you might watch a 30-minute podcast, but you probably spent an hour or two getting ready for it. So one of the guys, it was 4 of us. One of the guys ended up dropping out. Then it was 3 of us, and I saw the views just going down, and a couple of the guys were complaining about that, and I ended up moving to LA, and that was the end of the podcast. I was down to keep the podcast going, and we could have done it through Zoom. We live. There's so much technology nowadays. We could have done it, and I don't think them guys are really trying to keep it up. But of course, I get the blame for it. It's my fault that the podcast is over. So when I ended up moving back to Maryland from LA, I hit the guys up. I was like, "Yo, I want to get back on the podcast. I see people doing their thing on podcasts, and no lie, no bullshit. Sorry, put my thing on Do Not Disturb. No lie, no bullshit. They left me on scene. I put them in a group chat on Instagram. Them dudes left me on scene, bro. They didn't even respond. Like, how do y'all not respond? So, I got that message. They weren't trying to do it. Then, ironically, a couple months later, and I'm still cool with these dudes. Like, it ain't nothing. It ain't no shade. I'm just telling the story. One of the guys that left me on scene, he hit me up about a podcast, and he wanted it to be 2 guys and 2 girls. I said, cool. So it was going to be about fitness. Everything I do is fitness related. And so he wanted me to do an intro. So I sent him like a little voice note, an intro. And then he was saying one of the girls didn't send her intro, and he wants to get the intro right. And I'm talking about over 2 months. I'm like, bro, we just need to start the podcast. Fuck the intro, bro. Like, let's get this thing going. If we going, like, I'm trying to get to it. And bro, he didn't. We didn't make any moves. He kept blaming it on the intro. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to do it by myself, bro. So I did it by myself. And, the first episode got some good reviews, got some good reactions. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to keep doing it. And since that, first or second week of September, I've been doing it every weekend. I only missed 1 week because I was out with cellulitis in my in my leg, so I was in pain. I was going to do the podcast, but I was like, nah, bro, this hurt too much. and it was setting up, it would have been a lot. So we here, right? So that's what led me to do the Less Brunches, More Crunches podcast. I already had the brand, I've had the brand since like 2017, 2018. So when I decided to do this podcast, I was going around, I was like, telling people like, hey, I'm about to start my podcast. I was super excited. And like people were like, oh, another black man with a podcast. And it's like, bro, like that attitude right there is a big reason why we can't get stuff done in our community, bro. Like no support, no support. The type of shit that we support and the type of shit we don't support, and to blame it on racism is ridiculous, bro. Like I had multiple people like, oh, another black man with a podcast. Oh, you just gonna be calling girls fat? And listen, that ain't. If you really watch and listen to what I'm saying, I ain't on that. Like you people who watch know what I'm about, and it's crazy because as I got the podcast going, I got some great engagement on social media. Some of them same people was like, oh yeah, you doing your thing. Oh yeah, I respect you. It couldn't be me. I couldn't do that and get that type of backlash. And it's crazy how. You really gotta prove yourself. You kind of gotta shut up. Anytime you got a new idea or anything you want to accomplish, you kind of gotta shut up about it and not really tell people, and they'll recognize your success. Once you keep going, and that's what happened to me. So that kind of motivates me to know that like some of the people that was talking the most shit are like respecting me now, and I love that. And I've been doing the podcast, and some of the comments I've gotten are crazy, man. Like, I've I've gotten racist comments. I've gotten comments about me hating black people. I've gotten crazy stuff. Like, even today, I'm checking the comments from the podcast I posted last night from the short clip, and they calling me Dusty in the comments because I pointed out that it's black men's fault that black women are obese, and we got a whole Twitter thread of obese women showing their bodies off. I said it's black men's fault. It's our fault. And people saying I hate black women. Like, nah, it ain't that, bro. It ain't that. It's crazy. Then we got the haters, and a lot of people think I'm just like a trainer, just on here, just talking shit, no education. And quiet as kept, I'm probably more educated than a lot of the people that be talking shit. Like, I don't talk about my education a lot, but I went to probably if not the most prestigious middle school, but one of the most prestigious middle schools in Washington, D.C. That was my introduction to being around white people, to, experiencing different cultures. And like, I was literally at school with politicians' kids, going to their houses on the weekends, playing basketball, football, running track with them. Like, and some of them guys I still talk to this day. And then, I went to a private school for high school. I graduated. My college is a small private Catholic school, Division I, where I played basketball. Like, it's crazy. My exposure and education is greater than a lot of people. I'm not the smartest dude, but I've been around. I got good education. So a lot of people just think I'm stupid and I'm just talking shit. Nah, this is all education. a lot of my conclusions are from experience and education. That's a fact. Then what's even crazier is like my mom came and defended me last week on the podcast, and people were saying my mom is uneducated. Like, not only is my mom a certified personal trainer who did a transformation herself, she has a Georgetown degree. If you don't know what Georgetown University is, look it up. Prestigious school in Washington, D.C., very respected. And a lot of the people talking shit to my mom don't have an education higher than her. So how are you going to say that my mom is uneducated? Like, no, this shit is crazy, man. It's wild. And people come up to me all the time like, oh, I saw your little podcast. Your little. They always got to throw that little word in there, man. So I'm saying all this to say, just like, if you got a vision, just keep it going, keep grinding. Like, I'm not gonna stop this podcast, and you never know what's gonna come from it. And I remember starting my personal trainer journey. Like, I don't even think I talked about it on the podcast, but anyway, I've mentioned I was a Division I basketball player. Basketball didn't go well for me, so I tried to go overseas. I didn't like how my college career ended, so I didn't want my basketball career to end like that. So I tried to play professionally overseas. I went to combines all over the country. It just wasn't working. I wasn't getting any deals, any offers, shitty agents, people promising me stuff, then shitty money. It was just, it was a mess. So while all that's going on, I'm working the front desk at Gold's Gym, where I train now. And I was just working out every day, man. And that's part of the reason I know that the working out helps depression, because I was super depressed. I'm talking to the point where I'm working the front desk. I got old teammates coming in. I got not only old teammates that are currently in the NBA coming into the gym in the summer to come do their summer workouts at the gym. They see me behind the desk. They like, what the fuck, Chris? What is going on? Embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing. I'm talking like one. I'm not gonna tell y'all who. This is a well-known NBA player. This dude came in the gym. I lied to you not, bro. When I saw him in the parking lot, I ran to the back to the bathroom because I didn't want him to see me. And my manager is like, "Where the fuck you at? What are you doing?" So I had to come out, man, and he seen me working at front desk. I'm talking, bro. That was top 5 most embarrassing moments in my life, bro. I had a coach come in who, and I don't want to give too much information, but I had a coach come in who coached against me in the same conference like a couple months before I'm working the front desk, and he walked in like, what the I had just dropped 20 on him in college, and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, you're not hooping no more? I'm like, nah, bruh. Nah. And it's crazy because it's kind of like when you in that basketball world, it's people expect you to stick with it forever. They always label you as a hooper. And when I first told people I was going to start personal training, I mean, the looks people gave me were crazy, bro. Like, and me coming from the basketball world, I tried to tap into that lane. Like, I remember going to a tournament, a high school tournament, or AAU tournament, high school kids around the area. A lot of my high school coaches were there, AAU coaches. They doing the same shit, coaching kids, and they saw me. They was like, where you at now? Where you playing? I'm like, I got my own personal training business. And they were like, what? Oh, all right. And then kind of just walked off, and that was it. And that's embarrassing, bro. Like, and it's crazy just being a man or woman, being a young black entrepreneur, business owner, self-employed. Yo, people gonna look at you crazy, and you're not gonna get a lot of support. And it takes a lot of mental strength and a lot of fortitude, a lot of grind, a lot of consistency to get through that. And that's kind of why now, like, I'm able to just talk my shit freely, and I don't care. I don't care because I know what I've been through. I know the experience I have, and I'm super confident. I know what I'm saying is the fucking truth, so it don't matter. But it was wild, man. Like, to the point where even family doesn't even support you sometimes. But yeah, man, I've been through a lot of stuff with this personal training. And to see where I am now, to be able to go to LA, to train celebrities, to be able to look on the TV screen, right? I turn on the TV, I turn on NBA, or I turn on the NCAA tournament, and I see sports broadcasters that I train, and I could text them right now, they're gonna respond, or I could go to LA or go to whatever city they're at. We're going to link up. We're going to eat. We're going to have a good time. To know everything that I've been through to become a personal trainer and to be able to do that now, blessings. Blessings, man. Like, I've been able to make so many connections and meet so many people and have some experiences. I'm talking like, I'm not going to say names, but I'm at A-list celebrities' houses. We playing horse on the basketball court. We talking shit. Just being able, just from personal training, just from being a good dude, like, it's wild, man. It's wild. And I plan to do the same thing with this podcast. I'm not going to stop. So listen, haters, y'all can say what y'all want. Y'all can call me Dusty. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck y'all want to call me. Y'all ain't stopping this train. Dude came up to me the other day. He was like, man, they gonna cancel you. I was like, no, they not. He was like, nah, they ain't gonna cancel you, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. And it's wild, man. So it's very motivating. And again, man, 100K. Crazy. I'm really at like 111K right now. So, next goal is 200K. I'm probably gonna reach that pretty quick because I post on YouTube pretty much every day. You're gonna get a post from me every day, whether it's a short, a segment from my full-length podcast. You're gonna get a video like this. So it is what it is, man. And listen, haters, y'all can just.
You're gonna stand up and do something? You sit down and shut your fucking mouth.
That's what the haters could do, bro. I don't care, man. Listen. And just know everything I say has been tested. I've seen it. It's been experienced. It's coming from an educational thought. It's been proven. It's scientific. So listen.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Use your common sense when you listening to me, bro. Don't use your emotions, bro. All right, man. But listen, I appreciate y'all watching, and as we move on, I would love to share more about my personal training journey because I think it's pretty unique. It's kind of made me the man I am, and I've been through all types of adversity. I'm going through it now. I'm going through it now still, and so I appreciate y'all, man. Definitely. And listen, y'all can keep it real with me. Negative comments, positive comments, and I'll adjust. So, but I'm still gonna be me, and I'm still gonna do what the fuck I do. So, with all that being said, another episode of the Less Brunches, More Crunches podcast. We out.
Honestly, I mean, they're one of the best fans in DMV.